First Marine Division Association and been talking about coming to one of these since he left the prior place and hooked up with these guys. When I found out he wasn't going to be along, I was disappointed. But Bill and Gene, you pulled it off. I feel really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
A reminder, the youngsters today, and I say this because I'm on the base, various bases a lot. When we left, we were winning, and we take that shibboleth as part of our being, because there was somebody else that screwed it all up. These youngsters today, and I'm talking about both the career staff NCO, the company grade officers, they know they were winning when they left Iraq. They're going through a lot of the crap that we went through. Now they call it PTSD. Well, there's enough of that in this room to wipe out a battalion of wounded warriors. But so let me suggest that if you have an opportunity to get involved with the Veterans Court system, or to just meet these guys, talk to them, these ladies too, they're going to be in a hurt locker like we were for a long time. So I'm glad to be here. I'm going to talk it up and try and get some more guys, and we'll go, and maybe I'll go along too. I can see myself doing that. Anyway, it's wonderful to hang out with a band of brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you. You're not going to get away with it. Give me that.
Oh yeah, we gotta get him.
Well, as my wife said, I came with a lot of pain. And it really has been lifted, a lot of it. I don't think any of the guilt all the guilt will go away. But I have to say I was so inspired by Kim. There's no greater tribute. Your father paid the price, and we honor him, and you most especially. All of you, brothers. I can't say enough about these two guys, or Fook or Fong. They were there for us, and they took us to spots I never thought I'd see again. And I love these people in Vietnam, and I love you. Thank you.
I want to say one more thing. I cry a lot. So, it's hard. But I felt many times, but I felt the day that we went over there, Joe's dad, we called Papa. And I think he judged me, of course. I was taking his special girl. And he loved me. He really stayed with me all the time. He really stayed with me. And I felt him that day. He was coming down. Yeah, he was there because he thought that in a way I was representing Joe staying with his little girl. And I mean, I cried. I'm not. I'm getting too old. But I felt Papa there. I felt all the day. And that's something that I told him from the moment. I said, Papa is here. He's coming. That's why I thought that it was part of the group that day. Yeah. He was approving. He was okay. I know. I cried.
Welcome to the
club.
Kim?
Well, for me, as you guys know, I thought about coming here for a long time. tried to imagine what it would be like. It was like chasing ghosts, maybe, in a sense. I always wanted to see where my dad was. I wanted to see what the country looked like. I wanted to smell the air, touch the sand, the soil. I wanted to see where he was. And you guys got me there. And more times than I ever expected. He was here. He was here on this day. He was here on this day. I can't thank you guys enough. And to get me out where he was killed, I finally conquered that ghost, the unknowing. Where was it? What happened? Where did it take place? Anyway, I'm at peace now with all that. The other thing I really liked about this trip is I know what it's like for a lot of the other kids because we're all connected and we shared our stories. But now I got to come over with you guys and I heard the raw stories of what you guys went through, and I could see you guys were saying, well, this happened here and the enemy was there, and then somebody else shared this story over here. So I really got a feel of where everything was taking place and what you guys were going through. So I thank you for sharing your stories. I'm honored to be a part of this. It's been a very moving, very emotional experience, but I'm truly, truly thankful and grateful. So thank you guys, all of you. Thank you for your service. And to the wives, thank you for your service as well, because as a family, we know it's tough when the others are away. So thank you.
These two.
Well, as Bob said, we as veterans have put a few wives who surrendered more than once. First time I came out here with my wife, I reported we happened to be on the trip. App was talking to her, and she said Vietnam was like a mistress, and she was a bitch.
Amen.
My first trip over here, and then my second trip over here, was very much your experiences. You know, I feel the same emotions and feelings that all of you have expressed. Pretty much put everything at peace. The ghosts and all that sort of stuff. Now I get enjoyment after taking you guys to the places where your ghosts are hiding and showing you that they're not here. That's why I do what I do.
I love Vietnam. I feel so tall.
I know the feeling.
But I'd like to say things about each one of you, but I'll just start breaking down and crying. So I think I'd like to finish up with a poem. It was written by a friend of mine. His name is Father Charles Fink. I'm happy to say he is now Monsignor Charles Fink. We went to the same high school together. Well, he graduated 5 years before me. I didn't know him then. I met him since we came back. He served with the 199th Light Infantry Brigade down in the Tay Ninh area. So he's kind of he was a grunt during the war. He went back home, entered the seminary, became a Roman Catholic priest, and he wrote a poem, and it's called "Bury Me with Soldiers." I'd like to share that with you now. I've played a lot of roles in life. I've met a lot of men, and I've done some things I'd like to think I wouldn't do again. And though I'm young, I'm old enough to know someday I'll die, and think about what lies ahead, beside whom I would lie. Perhaps it doesn't matter much, still if I had the choice, I'd want a grave amongst soldiers when, at last, death quells my voice. I'm sick of the hypocrisy of lectures by the wise. I'll take the man with all his flaws, who goes, though scared, and dies. The troops I knew were commonplace. They didn't want the war. They fought because their fathers and their fathers had before. They cursed and killed and wept, God knows they're easy to deride. but bury me with men like these. They faced the guns and died. It's funny when you think of it, the way we got along. We come from different worlds to live, and one no one belongs. I didn't even like them all. I'm sure they'd all agree. Yet I would give my life for them. I know some did for me. So bury me with soldiers, please, though much maligned they be. Yes, bury me with soldiers, for I miss their company. Will not soon see their like again. We've had our fill of war, but bury me with men like these, till someone else does more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Perfect timing again. Isn't that just perfect timing?
Ladies and gentlemen, the drinks are on me tonight.
Well, if I'd done that, I'd drink a lot more.
Boy,